Today marks 1690th day of day lessons, day reflections. And today I want to reflect about authority. And it's such an interesting topic because in last 4 years and a half, I never spoke about authority. And I reflected today that it's such an interesting and important topic because how you handle authority will dictate how far you can go. Because sometimes our people are very rebellious against authority. Some people are obeying everything what authority says, and that's not supposed to be that way. We're not supposed to be extremes. We're supposed to be somewhere in the middle because you're able to learn from authority and you're able to evaluate authority because they need to earn their authority, not just being given. Because a lot of times, you probably already know that authority is it's someone is pushed in that authority even though they don't have credibility to be in that authority. So that's why I truly believe that some authority is must be evaluated. And today we'll share seven truths about authority that really we need to know just to make sure that we're able to really become the best version of ourselves. Number one is no authority is coming to save you, or no one is coming to save me. And this is part of saying that, oh, government's supposed to take care of me. My parents supposed to take care of me. Anyone like we can really, maybe mentor supposed to really make me successful. There's no authority who really save you. It might be that is a helpful, influential in your life, but will not save you. That means that you still need to make sure that you execute. You are intentional about making things happen. We need to do that as people. Because I think that it's very easy to say that, oh, I waiting for retirement and government will take care of me. I don't think that that's a not healthy mindset to have. I think that say I will take care of my retirement. I will take care of my freedom. I will take care of the things that needs to be done. I'm not waiting for some authority to take care of me. I'm working towards building something, creating something, producing something, so I could take care of myself and people around me that I care about. And that's I think it's a beautiful thing. Even a job boss is paying your paycheck, but there's not he is not responsible to take care of your life, and that is a massive difference. Number two, authority deserves evaluation, not obedience. And again, this is already started because I think that's one of the most important things because sometimes I think that people are afraid of authority, afraid of rejection, and they obey and obey and obey. I always used to be a little bit of a person who doesn't believe in authority, even when I think about myself. I'm a follower of Christ. I never call myself Christian because I don't believe in authorities and some of the pastors. I don't trust them enough. I don't want to be blind leading blind. That's why I said that the only authority that I believe in is Jesus Christ Himself. Now, I know that sometimes could be too extreme, and I think that it's extremely important to learn how to really separate good authority from bad authority. And as I said, if you're too rebellious, it's not okay. If you're too obedient, it's not okay. We need to really learn how to really find that balance. And extremely important, if you really want to find the balance, what is the most important part? Is evaluation. Evaluation, okay, so what is that they are saying? Are you reflecting on what they're saying? And then finding if they having fruits is what they're saying. If they have fruits of their life, then they have credibility. Okay, let's learn and educate ourselves from their teachings, from their leading, from their experience, so we can really improve and get better. Because you're not supposed to really be, be obedient just because someone is above you, and you're not supposed to reject anyone because someone is above you. And then we need to realize that balance. Number three is the authority I admire today is evidence what is possible. The authority that I admire is evidence what is possible. This is a beautiful thing. Again, this is where the authority is a great thing. So what kind of people do I admire? What they achieve? What did they do? Because I think that's what I learned as well from John C. Maxwell specifically is that a lot of people he said that a lot of people said that I want to do what you do. And John C. Maxwell said that if you want to do what they do, you need to do what they did. Until you have that did, you will not be able to do. And it's an interesting thing. So that means that when we really look into authority, we're able to look into what they are doing right now and what did they do to achieve what they're able to do right now. So I think that it's extremely important to really say that what I admire, who I'm aspire to be, and then go and learn from them. And because that's one of the best things about authority, that we're able to develop an understanding of ourselves, and really have that gap between where they are, where you are, that gap filled with understanding what you need to do to get there. And I think this gives belief that it's possible what you want to achieve. And then you realize that they're not special. They're humans who really build processes and systems in place to really achieve great things. Number four, every authority figure has incentives. And interesting that when I look into authority, we're asking you what kind of incentive do they have to really make a point. When you really listen to them, and they bringing some kind of points that for you to believe, for us to believe. What is incentive for them? For me, like politicians, is authority. And sometimes we can believe that what they're saying is true. But what is incentive for them to believe? And I think that's a good beautiful thing when we really look into some people just don't have incentive. They just really want to share and develop you as a person. And I think that's it's really great to really reflect and again part of the evaluation. What is incentive of this authority to help me? Because a lot of times one of the best examples is when authorities are great as well that when you succeed, they succeed. That's the beautiful authority because they will make sure that you succeed. Because if you succeed, they succeed. It might be other way when authority says that okay, if this person just works very hard, I succeed. So that means that there is not a relationship that sometimes could be potentially very beneficial. Maybe short term could be, but a long run that could be usage rather than growth in general. So I think it's very important to understand okay, what is incentive for both of you, for this authority and for you in this relationship. Number five, competence creates leverage. Leverage creates freedom. And specifically, when we speak about leverage right here, is about where your value comes from, how you can develop your value. Because the more valuable you become, the more leverage you have. Because the beautiful thing when authority knows that you have some skill set that is not easy to change, to replace. Now you have even like example job. Now when you go to for the conversation about the potentially income price or the salary increase, now you have a leverage. Now you say like this is skill. Nobody in the company is able to do that. This and this and this. You're able to explain and negotiate, and because of that, you have more options, more freedoms. And because they want to keep you in the game, keep you in the company. And then you less depend on approval. You're not afraid of rejection because now you know that you're valuable. Because sometimes when you do not have any separation, it seems that you need their approval. But when you have some leverage, now they sometimes need your approval just to make sure that if authority is wrong and bad and leadership is not in the right place, you will move somewhere else and then move all that leverage and beautiful, valuable skill set to somewhere else. So authority now need to be in check just to make sure that they're able to keep you as a valuable team member. Number six is self respect means I can disappoint authority figures. It's interesting that self respect is such a beautiful, it's a massive thing. Like, the more I speak about self respect, the more I understand how important it is because self respect shows up in everything, in your health, in your finances, in your relationships, in relations with authority. When you have self-respect, now you don't need approval from anybody, even authority. So when you're rejected from authority, that doesn't impact your self-worth because you know who you are, you know what you're working for, you know what is a vision, you know your dedication. If someone doesn't like it, that's totally fine. We're able to evaluate what they said, we're able to really reflect on that, learn from that, develop ourselves. But our growth and our mistakes doesn't impact our self-worth and our self-respect. And our developing our self-respect is one of the most important things in life. And that's again part of building self-trust. Say do ratio, doing things that you promise yourself, and persevering, doing something consistently. All those things really increase self-respect. Building clarity about yourself increases self-respect. Because otherwise, if you don't do the activities that will develop self-respect, what we'll do? We'll stay in the wrong relations, we'll stay in the wrong environment, we'll stay in the wrong job. We will not challenge bad opinions. We'll follow and abide by rules that are actually very bad for us and for people around us. And after that, of course, we'll not be able to refuse authorities' requests because we don't have respect. And when authority will ask us to do something on the days that we do not want to work, we say yes just because we are afraid to be rejected by authority. And self-respect allows us to really develop the boundaries and non-negotiables, and we say this is exactly what I'm able to do, and this is what not I'm willing to do. And last one, number 7. I'm the final authority over my life. I'm the final authority over my life. And this is beautiful. And this is always need to remind ourselves that the choice is mine. I need to take the wheel of my plane, of my car, of my life, and move it to the direction that I want to go. I don't allow culture. I don't allow my parents. I don't allow my significant other. I don't allow anyone to take my wheel and direct my ship of life. And I think that when we have that authority for our lives, it gives so much belief, so much understanding. And you're not able to blame anybody for something that happened. Oh, like I trusted you and I followed you and then I directed my life towards this direction. And it's your fault that I crashed. You're not able to do that anymore. And this is sometimes it's afraid people are afraid to really take ownership of life because the only person that they're able to blame from that point on is themselves. But again, this is a beautiful thing because if you're able to blame yourself and you put the fault on yourself, that means that everything from now on you can do it, you can change it, you improve it, you can really make things happen. And that's the beautiful part when you know that if you made a mistake because this is your fault, that means that you are able to completely change your thing and you're able to fix that. Because when we blame someone else, when we put that control to someone else, sometimes we can feel desperate because it seems that fixing the problem is outside of us. But when we have that belief that we are the ultimate final authority, at that moment we know that we are able to fix everything by ourselves. Sometimes we're able to get some support, but again, this is authority is all final authority is on us. And it's a beautiful thing. The last sentence that I want to mention is that respect authority enough to learn from them, but never so much that you stop thinking for yourself. That's extremely important. So I hope you choose to win and see you tomorrow.